everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we got to talk about Dominican Republic tourist records, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It's happening again. Another month, another record for both air and cruise. And cheap Dominican Republic real estate, I know what you're thinking. I'm always saying, why go for the cheap? We like upscale luxury. But I'm going to entertain this project tonight because someone from our group, the SSN Nation and Lifestyle Group on WhatsApp, asked about it. So we're going to talk about that. Not to mention, of course, we have to talk about dividends. Of course, we have to talk about the stock market. Of course, we have to talk about the real estate. And welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only with the icon that can be in the chat room tonight. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I was stuffing my face because I needed a little something to eat, but you caught me. So hold on real quick. I'm going to play a little promo so you can check this out. Let's see here. I will play this one.
Come on, come on.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. If you can't get in the chat room tonight, there's a reason. On Wednesday nights, only members with the icon, members of the channel, can be in the chat room. Everybody else can watch. And then please share the videos for other people to watch, because you never know what valuable information you can receive tonight. Speaking of valuable information, I'm going to start off number one. YieldMaxETFs.com. You need to go check them out because they have stock market ETFs that you should pay attention to. Some of the biggest names on the stock market that have a serious upside, such as always Tesla, always Nvidia, always Amazon, always Microsoft, always Google. Those are just some of the top branded names in the stock market that just seem to grow and grow. They buy up the competition and they buy up the new technology because they have the cash to do it. So therefore, they're always going to be in competition with one another. So that's why it's your turn to pay attention. I will start this off. If you're new here, thank you so much for being here. But I also want to start off with, in the next 2.5 years is going to be very pivotal for a lot of people in America and even around the world, because prices are going to rise across the board. The Federal Reserve has started reducing their interest rates. So therefore, that's in stone. That means more people are going to be borrowing. What are they going to be borrowing to buy? Of course, homes. Of course, townhomes. Of course, condos. Of course, buying cars, which are liabilities. Of course, buying any other liability. but you need to be concentrating on buying assets. Do not go fall into the trap of buying the liabilities. All right. That's your first rule. That's what you have to do. Because in 3 years, the upper middle class is going to be wiped out. 70% of the population lives paycheck to paycheck. 70% of the population doesn't even have $1,000 in their bank account. 60% don't have 500 in their bank account. This gives you an idea. These numbers are from a year ago. So of course it's gotten worse. All right, now let's get started with that. I just want to start with that. Yield Max ETFs is what I mentioned. That's where you get your dividends. There's 2 dividend ETF funds, YMAG. That's why you always have the pen, pad, and paper handy when you come here for the live streams, because you never know what somebody's going to drop. YMAG, YMAX. They started giving out weekly dividends. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is rare. Weekly dividends just for those ETFs at yieldmaxetfs.com. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you don't have a brokerage account yet, then there's Robinhood and Webull are down below in the description box. Please go get those. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, let me see who's in the house tonight. Jaway J is here. An investor is in the house and a member of the channel. Thank you so much for being here on this Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with that icon next to your name, which I humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline, hello, SSN Nation. Hope everyone is doing well. Received notifications, saw the trailer, and he did the trifecta. He smashed that like button. Thank you so much for that. Very happy to see you in the house tonight. And also, everybody, you can go to yieldmaxetfs.com. I mentioned YMAX, weekly dividends, but there's other dividends that give out monthly, all the rest of their funds, ETFs. So therefore, you can actually use and parlay some of that free dividend money and put it into, half goes into YMAG, half could go into another stock, or you can just reinvest it and keep increasing your dividends every week. That is pretty sweet. Victor Marrero's in the house, a retiree just in the last 2 months. He's about to go on his worldwide tour with Familia. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with that icon next to your name, which I humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, all. And you need your pen, pad, and paper because it's let's do this is what we do. We try to get you in the right direction. We try to give you information that can help you. It's up to you to do your hard work and go do your own research. Brian P., Mr. Dividend is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Brian P., I humbly appreciate that icon that's next to your name. And he brings his tagline as well. Hello, Eric. I hope all is well with you. We're hanging, man. Hello, SSN family. Smash that like button. All right. And he says, I got the notification. Thank you so much for letting me know. And make sure, everybody, in case you joined us a little bit late, share the video. You never know, because when I told you about Yield Max ETFs, if somebody told you that you can get 25, 35, 45, 50% return on money that you put into some sort of ETF, they would look at you like you're crazy. That's why you have to go get that information. Go check out and see if that meets your investing criteria. It's high risk, high rewards when you start talking about 40, 50, 60, 70% return on any money you put in. But talk about things are on octane, stocks that are on octane, especially in this environment with the stock market is going to rise and continue to break records. Imagine for the next 2 years, stock market goes up. I don't know why we're going to imagine that, but I know if NVIDIA is buying $50 billion worth of their own stock in the next 3 years, it's going to be 57 because they have 7 billion left over from their other stock buyback. That means their stock's going up. Microsoft equally is buying billions of dollars over the next few years of their stock. Those are some of the heavily weighted stocks on the stock market. So if their price increases, the index are going to increase generally. As long as you have about 5 or 6 of those, Apple's going to be doing something, all of them. So keep that in mind. All right. And Brian P adds, we are making money in here. That's what we try to do. And oh my, thank you so much for the donation, the super sticker. I appreciate it. I humbly appreciate the donation. Thank you so much, Brian P, for that. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, Brian P. In case you guys think things can't not be done, here's a man that says, I'm going to buy $500 worth, 500 shares of stock. He's putting his money where his mouth is. He's saying, I'm going to spend $10,000. Why is he spending $10,000? If somebody told you you can spend $10,000 or $15,000 and you were going to get, let's just say, $900 per month, is that not a good deal? You heard what I said, $900 per month. This is why the wealthy keeps getting wealthier, because they are putting their hundreds of thousands of dollars into 40 grand here, 50 grand there, 70 grand here, 500,000 there. And the next thing you know, they have checks coming in of tens of thousands of dollars monthly or quarterly, and they didn't have to work for it. But their work changes into something else, research, to make sure that they're getting the best return on their money and they don't have to change it up. So thank you again, Brian P, for the super sticker donation. I appreciate that. Joe Nay, another investor extraordinaire, is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he has the icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate as well. He brings his tagline, good evening, SSN Nation. We keeping it 100 up in here tonight. Exactly. That's what we always do, is keep it 100, because that's how we make sure people are out here trying to win. We got to win, ladies and gentlemen. We can't play around anymore. No more high risk, high rewards. It's got to be, everything has to win over the next 3 years, or you're going to be shut out. Upper middle class, you got to have $200,000 a month, not a month, a year coming in, 175 and up. I revised it to that, but 200 is the target. And yes, I realize 17 G's. I get it. 17 G's a month. I understand. But that's what's going to happen. Or somewhere along the line, you're going to need that money. Why? Because you need extra money to invest in the stock market, extra money to possibly invest in real estate, extra money to invest in a business. You cannot go without investing in an asset. I'll keep saying it again and again. You are very welcome. Thank you so much, Brian P. All right, Eric, check out your emails. Yes, I did see the emails earlier, and there is something I wanted to. Oh, thank you so much for the one about the derivatives that I keep telling people about it. Yeah, I like that. And I'm actually probably going to make a video about that one, because it's a breakdown from the shorts. Let's see. Oh, here's one of my favorites right here. Here's one of my favorites that Brian P sent me today. And this is so messed up that people don't even realize. This is exactly what drives me crazy. People are out here sleepwalking. So when we're gonna give out bail out banks, we're gonna bail out insurance companies, we're gonna bail out all these people that are in the financial industries when they have backdoor ways of making additional streams of revenue. Speaking of those backdoor ways, another reason why Jerome Powell and everybody would not reduce the interest rate for the last year. And I had something else that I was going to do at first, but now I'm actually going to go to this, because I find this is what's in the back door when people are out here, and why I rail against subsidy, against on and on. If you're a part of the wealthy class, they get away with everything. You're out here working. You're out here taking risk. You have to invest in their companies to take risk on the stock market. You are the one taking risk, and you're the one working hard. Meanwhile, they sit there at the top, and they sit there and make maneuvers that you would never know about. Speaking of those maneuvers, how about this right here? JP Morgan, B of windfall from Fed's high interest rates. Some of you may say, what the heck's this about? Well, this is this thing that people rarely pay attention to, the federal funds rate and overnight interest rates between other banks. So if you're a regional bank, you might have to pay a higher interest rate for the overnight. So this is part of it. I put the link in the chat room. I hope. Let me see. Did I not? I thought I did. So, okay. If I didn't, hopefully I can show you what the Federal Reserve maintained elevated interest rates for 2.5 years. Woo! Allowing banks to earn. Many banks did not pass these higher overdue. Remember that money that you give them and they're sitting there giving you these little bitty pieces of nothing? This is what's happening. This I love it. It explains it greatly. At the end of the second quarter, the average U.S. bank paid depositors an annual interest rate of just 2.2%. Significantly lower than the Fed's 5.5% overnight rate. This discrepancy resulted in 1. Right. As usual, I put the link in here, right here, so you guys can go check this out. All right. Understand this is everything that I'm doing lately explains why I always said do not, when somebody says tax cuts, tax breaks, subsidies, bailouts, this is why I'm saying these guys are making money hand over fist, taking high risk maneuvers, and then they still want bailouts after they receive subsidies, tax cuts, tax breaks. And most of these major corporations already receive subsidies in the United States. Walmart, $1 billion a year. Elon Musk properties, a few $1 billion annually. Bank of America, oil, gas, all subsidies. Farmers, subsidies. All these major corporations, you're already giving them subsidies for what? And then you're giving them a leg up to be able to borrow an interest only for 10 to 15 to 20 years, 30 years. I mean, this is crazy. If somebody told you that you could buy your house for 30 years, or forget 30, 15 years, we'll give you interest only. And at the time that 10 to 15 years comes up, you know your house is probably going to be at least 50% more in value. And all you did was pay interest only. So imagine buying a $500,000 house, having 4%, $2,000, and somebody said, just give me the $2,000 per month. You don't have to pay any interest whatsoever for the next 15 years. Do you know how much your house is going to be 15 years from now? If there's any indication, you can already figure out what's happened between 2010 and 2025. Homes that were previously 150,000 are worth like 500,000 now. Or in the case of California, $1 million. Can you imagine at that point in time saying, okay, I'm just going to sell it after you've made $400,000, $500,000? That would be crazy, right? I mean, that's what they're able to do. And you guys are still wanting to give these guys subsidies, tax cuts, tax breaks. That's crazy. All right. So anyhow, on the high horse, you were freezing up. You were off. Yeah, I knew I was going to get busted up. Anytime we start talking about this type of stuff, especially yield max ETFs, we started off with. So we knew something was going to happen. And you know, like I said, there's a reason. When there's something powerful, like, hold on, there was some mention of something else here too. Videos. Yeah, I know the videos. I can't play them. I'm probably going to make a video or talk about it on Friday. Yield max and round hill ETF prices have been stable, and they continue to pay very nice monthly dividends. Stick to your plan and build your weekly pension. Exactly. Very solid words. And welcome again, everybody. If you're watching, this is the Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. If you can't get into the chat room, there's a reason why. On Wednesday nights, only members with the icon can be in the chat room, or members of Twitch members. That's it. Nobody else. All right. So just letting everybody know. Come back on Friday night at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can be in the chat room, and we can still talk about the same conversation with a little bit different twist. But nonetheless, the Federal Reserve, the banking system, it's all catered to Wall Street. It's all their playground. We're just living in their world. That's why they have total disrespect. They make the rules, they flout the rules, get busted for the rules, scam $200 million off of citizens. They'll get a fine from the SEC for $5 million. So there's no incentive for them not to even try to cheat the system, because nothing's going to happen generally. Although the other stuff, you know, like making up fake reports and doing that. But what I'm referring to is the gray areas where they're just like, we'll just do this. We know we're going to get fined. We know we're going to make like $300 million. They're going to fine us like $20 million. Okay, I think we'll go for the fine while we collect the money, right? That's how the banks work. Now, keep this in mind. We don't have that luxury. All right. We don't have these type of luxuries. So this is why we have to put our money into assets that make money. All right. Let's get into something else. Dominican Republic today. Another record. August of last year, 2023. August this year, there's more airfare citizens that have arrived onto the island of the Dominican Republic. Here's the thing, though. Unlike previous months, this past month, no hurricane came. Only a difference of 10,000 air passengers. That's it. So, is 1 month considered low season? Is that going to be indication that maybe the amount of airline passengers coming to the island might only rise by 10,000 out of 700? Hold on. 665,000 because last year. Okay, 665,000 by air was 2023. 675,000 by air is 2024, damn near 10,000. That's it. Cruise wise, 119,000 up to 137,000. Cruise means they stay at the port. So, yeah, that's great, but we're talking only a difference of less than 18,000. So, we're not talking about a large boom that would make a difference over the course of a month. 10,000 over the month. Okay, great. But during low season, all-inclusive resorts are generally around 80 to 83, 84% occupied. They're not 100%. So there's plenty of room to grow for the hotel industry, even though 80% is brilliant, is beautiful for a hotel. Anyhow, as long as they don't drop to 50, then they'll be fine. But it takes a lot for hotels to go out of business in a high tourist location. So Dominican Republic breaking records, but they're not significant. This did not jump up like an extra 10%, extra 12%, not even an extra 5%. We're talking less than 2% increase. So that's not a lot. Not if you're going to be landing another 500 hotel units. You're going to be landing another 300 or 400 units up for short-term rental on the island. That's not good enough, ladies and gentlemen. So this is why I repeat what I said from the get-go 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, when I first started telling you, do not go over $250,000 because you don't know what the future is going to hold, because they still have not, in case you missed that Dominican Republic weekly or record video I put out, then you may not know the other part of the story. Those open skies agreement that they've been talking about for almost a year and a half, it still has not went through their Congress to be approved. So here we are again, still waiting. And I am not a proponent in believing that all of a sudden the numbers don't lie. Actually, there's no time that open skies decreases flights significantly. The reason why I say that is America already comes to the island. Keep that in mind. The airlines that's coming to the island with all the tourism going on, they have every reason to have all kind of flights there. The open skies actually makes it so Dominican airlines can now enter United States airport airspaces, and they'll be able to go to different locations to pick up passengers as a Dominican airline. There's only a few Dominican airlines. So they will be the ones that reduce price. But will they? Because remember, I mentioned this in the video. Well, maybe a lot of people don't know this. Whenever you go to the DR, you can pull up, anytime you've been there, pull up your taxes. And you guys will see why it's not inexpensive to fly to the DR. You're literally paying $80 in taxes just to land. A United States, that is, United States plane coming to land in the DR, $80. So automatically, your one way has to include plus 80. So what can they do? That's why the flights one way aren't going to be like 80, 90 bucks. Generally, they're going to be 100. They're going to be 180, 200, 220, 250. Round trip, 500. When you go back into the United States, it's not going to be 80, but it might be half, 40, right? So you're at 120. So now how much is an airline going to charge you to go round trip? So you start thinking about, even if they want to do 125 or 150 each way, you can easily see where your ticket's going to be 500 round trip, 450 round trip, because they got to make money, right? So unless they're Congress, or let's say this is Punta Cana, because I don't know I never looked at the Santo Domingo, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. If the airport actually acted like USA airports and it was down to $30 or $40, now you would see something crazy. You would see these 220s round trip or something, 225, 250. There'd be competition in that 200 to 300 price range. So that's part of the problem. And without having additional airlines, you don't have the connections. See, that's the other problem right now. United States Airlines don't want to, first of all, why am I going to leave out of Cali, coming to the DR? I got to land at another airport and pay that fee. Then I got to get to the DR and pay a damn near $80 fee if I'm going to Punta Cana. So automatically my ticket's 120 to 140 bucks because I landed at another airport to change planes. And then I land here, automatically it's 120. And if you extrapolate and say, okay, both sides is 120, that's 240. It's not in America, it's a little less, but let's just say it's 180. 180 just on airport fees, right? So now how's the airline going to make money round trip? I want 100 each way. You're up to 480. So now you can understand why the flights are 550 bucks, 575, 450. That's why. And that's why you can rarely find 200 round trip unless you leave out of like a Florida base or something. It's going to have to be on the East Coast out of like New York, maybe certain times a year or something. That's what the problem is. Open skies agreement. I don't know if that's going to change things that much. All right. So we're going to find out. Let's see. ULTY, MSTY. Yes, I like MSTY right now because MSTY is MicroStrategy and they have a large position with Bitcoin. And by them having that large position and it's options trading with Yield-Max ETFs, that is going to be a good thing over the next few years. I believe anytime they reduce interest rates, the same thing happens. The Bitcoins and all, basically Bitcoin keeps rising anyhow. It just keeps going. I 10%, 15, 20% year over year, 25% year over year. I mean, it just keeps going regardless of the ups and downs. So if you're a person that likes, Bitcoin, Ethereum, those are the ones I recommend. And ULTY is another, what did they give? 98 cents per share this past week. And he's starting to put it in, Mr. Dividends, IWMY. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the dividends. All right. So I just want to let you guys know about that Dominican Republic tourist records. We need to pay attention over the next, now it's low. I consider this low season. So they admitted that August is low season in the DR in their reporting. Because I have a hard time figuring out what the low season is. I know what it's supposed to be, but you keep getting 600,000, 700,000 people flying in every month or more. I'm like, well, that doesn't seem like, and you keep breaking your own records. It's kind of like, is that really low season? But I do know it's low season. Just like I know when I was there in June, people say that it did, maybe 800,000 or 700 and some thousand by air. But when you're there, it didn't feel like it. Much different from a March where there's a ton of people, weather's perfect. Then in May and June, high humidity, hardly anybody's there, it seemed like. So just letting you know. And they don't call that low season, though, because over the course of the summer, the Dominican Republic was #1 Latin American country for summer tourists that was booked this year. So it's kind of wild. We're talking Mexico. We're talking. So with all that said, then of course we're going to transition to something else because we have cheap Dominican Republic real estate. This has come up before. It came up probably 7 to 10 months ago, is my estimation. This is called Vistancia Caribe Residences. And the thing is, this is a condo project. And most of the people watching knows where Larimar is. It's, about 15 to, it's probably 20 minutes from the airport in what they're calling Verone, on the hills, up on the hill. And on that plateau, it goes like this. When you're coming up the hill, you're going to run into, let's say, Larimar first. Then as you're driving probably 3 or 4 kilometers down where Cruise on Land is, in between those 3 or 4 kilometers down, you're going to run into this property, the Vistancia Caribe Residences. All right. And then after that, you're going to run into Cruise on Land. That just gives you an idea of the location. Here's the thing, that these are cheap. All right. These are very cheap. And I'm going to show you the prices straight up because, in fact, I'm going to put this link to their website. I am not a broker for them. You're on your own. All right. You can go buy it, do whatever you want. All right. You can do whatever you want, but I'm not a broker for them. Flights from the USA into Las Americas Airport in San Diego are typically a lot cheaper than flying into Punta Cana. However, it's a 2-hour drive to Punta Cana. Exactly. Yes. Las Americas has a lower taxes. It costs cheaper, and they're a bigger airport than Punta Cana. Makes sense. But the downside is that 2-hour drive to Punta Cana. You're right. And taking that one bus, yes, it's only like $10. It's not even that, 800 and some pesos. I'm sorry. No, it wasn't even that. It was not, because that's more than $10. It was like 480 pesos, something like that. But anyhow, 2-hour ride on the bus, and you got to get to the bus station. So it ends up being, it's $10, but it's 25, 35 from the airport to get there. So that's $40. Now you might as well just fly into, for 2 people. All of a sudden you're like, well, that's an extra 60, 70, 80, getting something to eat, another $90. And then you might as well just fly to Punta Cana if that's where you're going. But yeah, that is cheaper, but it's not a lot cheaper is the problem. So, and the flights also, the flight scheduling, if you're coming past west of the Mississippi, you generally can't even come same day right now. It's crazy. You have to leave on a night flight or something weird. It's not like you can get up at 8 in the morning and go to the airport and be in Punta Cana. It's crazy. So, and they want to charge you $600, $550, $700. It's crazy, round trip. So, anyhow, this is the cheap property right here. I'm going to start with About Us. I know About Us. Look, these are renderings. This has not been built yet. This is pre-construction. This looks very nice. Nice little park setting, I guess, or central park. An illustrious development. Okay, I don't know what that means, but Vistancia Constructora, that sets a new standard for luxury. Luxury living. First of all, this, you have to understand, luxury living, upscale luxury living. This right here is cute, but this is not anything. This is just, I don't call this luxury what I'm seeing right here from this rendering. I see places that people can sit or relax or hang out, but just an open area with some seating and some sculpture is not luxury. All right, let's see what else they're going to show here. The luxury living nestled in the heart of Bavaro. It is not in Bavaro. Okay. The expansive master plan community spans over 100,000 square meters, thoughtfully designed to blend comfort with high-end lifestyle. It's distinguished by its, central to the allure is its collection of 1,320 residential units. That's what's going to be here ultimately. All right. They give a breakdown. Again, did I already put a link in the chat room? You guys can go check this out yourself. Yes, I did put the link in the chat room. All right. Whether you're a young professional, a growing family, or someone seeking lavish retreat, Vista Caribe has something special for you. Now, notice they're saying young professional, growing family, or a lavish retreat. Now, I don't know who wrote this, but unless there's something we don't know about, I don't know why they're using those words, because here's what we're talking about here. The standout feature of the community is the Caribbean's tallest fountain. I don't know what that means. An architectural marvel that not only enhances the aesthetic appeal of the environment, but also serves as a serene gathering place for residents. Okay, again, I don't know. Complementing this stunning centerpiece are 11 beautifully designed swimming pools scattered throughout the community, providing ample opportunity for relaxation. And okay, I don't know what this 11 pool things mean, but that's a lot of pools. I'll give them credit for that. But, we're going to need a beach club, or we're going to need a restaurant, cafe, bar or something by these little pools, I would imagine. But then again, we're trying to do too much already with this description. Young professional, growing family, or someone seeking a lavish retreat. That is 3 almost separate type of locations for people. So if I'm a growing family, I may not be thinking, if I have 10-year-old, 7-year-old, 13-year-old, bars and restaurants and things like that are nice, but then I guess maybe I don't want to see out of the 11 pools. I may only want to see 1 or 2 of those places that have that, because I don't want that around. But nonetheless, all I'm saying is this is a little different, because if you're a young professional, what are you going to be doing? And if you're a family, what are you going to be doing? Do they have something for all this? Complementing the 11 pools. All right. Providing ample opportunity for relaxation and recreation. So far, I'm not hearing where the fitness room is, game room, mini marts. Okay. Outdoor activities, offers a ecological trail. Okay. A dedicated pet park and a children's park. Okay. If I have a children's park, then I need to see something else here. There's a 924 one bedrooms, 264 2 bedrooms. That's it. There are only 2 bedrooms. How am I can't have a family. This doesn't make sense. 132 penthouses. Okay. If I'm going to have a boy, a girl, and I have a master, I don't know how this works. I need a 3-bedroom. Growing family. This is a 2 bedrooms, not a growing family. But these are cheap, ladies and gentlemen. This is cheap. I'm just saying. These green spaces provide residents with peaceful escape from the hustle and bustle of daily life, encouraging a healthy and active lifestyle. Additionally, the community boasts a multi-purpose court. That's good. Basketball court that can be turned into a soccer court or something. A tennis court. Okay. And a barbecue areas. Perfect for social gatherings and family fun. All right. Security, yes, they have security gates, controlled access, modern elevators. That's good. Enhancing the safety and comfort of all residents. The development is also Airbnb friendly. Okay, if this location is where it's supposed to be, because they said Bavaro, and I'm pretty sure this is not in Bavaro. Offering flexibility for homeowners looking to generate income. Okay, this is okay. First of all, I want to know what you guys think, because all I see here is I see kid park, pet park, 11 pools, and an ecological trail. I just see this as like a condo. I don't even see a fitness room. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. No luxury community will be complete without its wellness and social amenities. State-of-the-art gym, a relaxing spa, and a vibrant clubhouse. Okay, we have a clubhouse, finally. The on-site restaurant, we have that too, provides a gourmet dining experience ideal for those evenings when you prefer to dine out close to home. For further convenience, includes a commercial area that caters to daily needs of the residents, adding an extra layer of comfort to this premium living space. All right, now we're getting into something I like that we can get into luxury. State of the art gym, no renderings, but okay. Relaxing spa, that generally denotes that we have upscale. Well, we won't go upscale, luxury. And a vibrant clubhouse. I don't know what that means. I wish I would see renderings, but okay. And a commercial area, it depends on how big that's going to be. All right, so here's the fountain. This must be that biggest fountain in the world thing they're talking about, or in the DR. Okay, that's cool. Um, it's not just a residence, but a lifestyle choice. So now you're going to be out, not in downtown. You're going to have space, apparently. This video right here, let me see if I can play this. Of course, we can play it. It's on YouTube. So maybe you guys will see. Let me know what you guys think so far while we're waiting on this thing to load up. So far, what do you think? Now, I'm going to show you this, but let me see if it's going to play. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have to do some adjustments in the background. Give me a second. All right, there we go. Let's get this thing right. And that's a little bit better. That's a little clearer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want your feedback on this. Let me know what you guys are thinking once you see this. All right, we're back. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this little project so far. The prices are crazy. So let's go check out some of those prices, shall we? Can't show the video. It's okay. Here we go. Unit types. Anybody want to stab at how much you think these are going to cost? Anybody want to take a stab? How much do you think these are going to cost for a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom? And you know they're going to be normal sizes. I mean, probably the 2 bedrooms are going to be what, 75 square meters, 80 square meters, best case scenario. The 1-bedrooms are probably going to be what, anywhere from 45 to 55 square meters. Anybody want to guess any prices? The location is out in Verone. It's on the other side of Larimar. It's in between Larimar and Cruise on Land. 180K for 1 bedroom. Nope. Lower than that. Joe Nay, I purchased a 1 bedroom as a gift for my older. Joe Nay, you actually bought at Vistancia? Let me know. That's what it sounds like. The location is out past Larimar. Exactly. It's Larimar first. When I was saying like 3 kilometers down is Vistancia. Then another 2 kilometers down is Cruise on Land, something along that line. So it's in between Cruise on Land and Larimar, but they're not side by side. There's a lot of land up there, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of farmland, pastures, trees up there. Okay, so I think a 2 bedroom is 150K if it's in Verone. Yep. It's going to, yeah, exactly. But is it going to be worthwhile for those of you who want to? So it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're going to live there, then this may be a great place. And if you're going to do Airbnb, this may be a great place. Right? So here we go. 2 bedroom. Well, I don't know these prices if they're actually correct. This is their website, so it might be, but it says from penthouse 2 bedroom, 120 square meters from 114K. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know. Can you believe that? This is like crazy. 2 bedrooms, penthouse. I'm pretty sure they're not 115K anymore, right? Okay. We might have to get in contact with them. I'm liking what I heard. I'm liking what I see. Maybe I will have to become. I need to see what their kitchen looks like. We need to see what these renderings look like. Okay. Interesting. We have an extractor. We don't. Do we have an oven? I can't really tell. We have a living room area. These are not that big from the renderings. The bar area is interesting. That looks, is this going to be, there's a jacuzzi here. So this must be a terrace of some sort. The pool thing is interesting to me. I don't get that, but okay. These fountains and all that, that's like, I don't know. I just think I'm paying a lot for my HOA for that when these are block buildings like this. Simple condo units. And we're going to be running water all night and running 11 pools all night. That's kind of crazy. But they are going to have 1,000 units. So here goes. It looks like some sort of a commercial area, which is kind of cool. I like that because you need a mini mart close by, a grocery store close by. I like it. So I can't bitch about that. As long as they have elevators, that's good. Now this little kids play park thing, okay, that's cute. But remember, I'm out in the middle of nowhere at this point. I get, okay, here we go. So this is the penthouse layout. It's actually 100 and so that's like 1100 square feet, which is not bad, I guess. This looks like the top floor, or is it? Oh, oh, hold on a second. This I like. This is whoa, wait a minute. I don't know what this is. There's a bedroom here. There's two bedrooms here. Okay. This says penthouse though. This I don't understand this makeup. So is this upstairs? And this is downstairs. Is that how this works? I need a little help here, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell. This looks like it's all on one unit. In fact, I think it is. I think they're calling this a two-bedroom, but they're saying the terrace is 175 square feet and there's a half bath. I like. I really like that. I guess that's washer and dryer, and that's a jacuzzi. This has a bedroom with a bath, and this has a okay bath here. Okay, all right. So I like this half bath there. Okay, all right. I like it. People can walk through here to go to a half bath or walk down the hallway, but then the second bedroom sharing. All right, that's cool. I'm not mad at that. This right here is weird. What is this? I think this is the penthouse. Yes, it is the penthouse. So that's what they're calling the bar area. All right. This says a sliding barn type door. I'm not a fan, but all right. Kind of different. So these are what we saw already. All right. Well, what do you guys think about this? Very interesting to say the least. 115,000, and it looks like it's all one level to me. It doesn't look like it's two levels to be called. I guess that's on the must be the fifth floor. So that's very interesting. All right. He bought a one bedroom for 37,000 when it first came out. That's crazy. That's awesome. All right. So now a normal two bedroom, 72, 73 square meters. Two bedroom, two bath. One bedroom is, well, it says it's all right. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna play with these guys like this. Well, you didn't mention it, Joe Nay. Congratulations. Joe Nay, what's the contract look like? Here it is. Have they started building, Joe Nay? And when's delivery? Yes, Victor Morel, that's a thing. But as with anything in the DR, they have not started. So it's still a 2-lane road, unless that's what they're calling a highway. I don't know. All right. Well, Joe Nay, let us know what the deal is, man. Owners can option to Airbnb themselves or have Vistancia managed. All right, Joe Nay, that's a great, 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 great information. I love the pricing. I like what they're doing, but I think it's one of those, the price is right. I mean, you can have a 2-bedroom out there for $75 a night on average. That would be pretty cheap. And if they have everything they're saying, the state-of-the-art fitness center, the spa, the 11 pools, and they have a clubhouse, which they didn't detail what the clubhouse is, but depending on what that means, that could be a nice little place. It's just that 1,000 units is more like a residential neighborhood, but it could be. And then they have the shopping out front. I kind of like this mix. I like it. And for this price, this is like cheap. Okay, I like what I'm hearing so far. I have been advised that whole area will grow. Time will tell. Oh, Joe Nay, no, the whole area will grow. The land out there was $5 per per hectare at one time. Not anymore. But that's why Cruise on Land, Larimar, and Vistancia, and probably who knows whoever else has land there, because it was so cheap. You could have like 100 acres, 200 acres, and it might only cost you $1 million. And you can get an agreement with the families because it's just sitting there vacant and they were all trees. So let me know how far they've gone. Or have they started when's delivery? And that's what we need to know first. When's delivery? What's out there right now? They're going to have to go through the same thing that Larimar and Cruise on Land have to go through. Their economic impact license. They're going to need the same thing. They're putting in 1,000 units, and they said they have 100,000 square meters. So they had to have an impact report too, because that means there's going to be 2,000, 3,000 people that could live there potentially. That's pretty serious in a small area. Although 100,000 square meters is not that small of an area, quite frankly. So Joe Nay's the one. 5th floor is all 1 2-bedroom penthouses. Okay, Joe Nay, are these what I just showed there is a penthouse? It looks like it's on one level, and it looks like they have a 175 square foot terrace. It doesn't look like there's a upper level. Is that correct? All right. I got everything I asked for in the contract. No, that's not what I'm asking. You know what we're asking. What's the rule on price increases? What's the rule on anything else? Price increases, reselling, management, which you said they'll allow you to personally do the Airbnb or they'll manage it. Those are the things we need to know about if you're going to do short-term rental. If you're going to live there, then you're not going to care. There is no comfort tour because there's no hotel, right? Delivery is planned for next year. So have they already started building? Didn't this just come out like less than a year ago? So what are you saying? Have you been out there? Have they put down foundations? I mean, are they on like floor number 1 or 2 or something? How many buildings? Please let us know. They're going through the exact same thing Larimar is going through. Okay, so they're not delivering next year, but your contract is going to be for 12 months. I mean, anybody right now is going to be for 12 months. So even though you have these nice prices that could be 50, let's say $60,000, 12 months divide, and let's say you put 20% down, that's 4 G's a month. So are they extending it? In fact, I might have to contact them to find out more because I need more info. We need more info, don't we? Is this short-term rental too or long-term rental? It looks like it's a mixture. Victor Marrero, it's going to be a mix. Some people are going to live there. Apparently, I just have a hard time with the sizing. If I'm a family living in a 700 or 800 square foot, awfully small, especially with the way the makeup is in the DR. There's no place to put your bikes, skateboards, any extracurricular activity. They don't have closets for. So it's almost like, is it really for living there when you can't even? I mean, if you have luggage, your luggage has to go in a closet, right? You have clothes, but anything else, where are you going to put it? If you have any, if you like kayaking, if you like, I mean, where are you going to put this stuff? Bicycles, and I just don't get it. So none of the buildings that are these small condos like this give you much storage area. Not even when you walk in the house, which is one of my pet peeves. You walk in a house and you don't have like a 3 foot by at least a 3 foot space or something where you can hang up a jacket or put in something, right? So that's one of my things. Okay, so he says, I was out there for the ribbon cutting. There is a road not paved to the start of the project. Okay, so when was the ribbon cutting? This is what I'm trying to ask you. So in other words, you're saying, so what's your contract say? So you only have like 12 payments left? And I'm going to start getting into this a little more. Okay, so here's the two bedroom. All right, this is yeah, standard. Also, does it include white line? Does it include, a stove, a fridge, a range, and of course a hood and AC units? Because at this type of pricing, I'm thinking they probably don't. So what's included in this is what we really need to know. Okay, so it's small spaces. This appears to be a 2 bedroom. I walk in. I don't know what this door is. Oh, that's another thing. Pantries, washer, dryer locations and areas. That's what we need to look at. Here we go. So we enter, we go up run into the bathroom, make a left. Okay, okay, here we go. This is where the washer and dryer is. Bathroom. The bathroom is outside. Okay. 2 bedroom, 2 bathrooms. Kitchen area. This is awfully small. But nonetheless, for how much was this again? Yeah, well, for 80,000. I mean, that's pretty cheap. I don't know how much they are now. Hey, Joe Nay, where do you get your information from these days? I'm going to find out now, because now that I see I didn't realize they actually have the clubhouse. Do you have information on the clubhouse? What's the clubhouse actually look like? Do you have information on the commercial zone? I'm going to have to contact these guys because it has potential. The only thing that I'm concerned about is actually, what are we getting? What is this square footage? This says 70 square meters. So if it is 70 square meters, that is roughly 770 square feet. And that doesn't leave you much space. The balcony, I don't know. But the kitchen. So we need to know if appliances are included, including the AC unit. Because see, 70 square meters is usable area. So I don't know why they say 76, but that's okay. That's okay. The apartment is priced starting at 73 grand with a reservation fee of 500. Final arrangement includes a 10% down payment. Beautiful. 40% paid during construction. Final 50% upon delivery. I can't argue, except delivery's 12 months from now. So 40,000 in 12 months is 4Gs a month or 3,500. So that monthly payment's going to be up there. I'm interested. Okay, I got to go find out what these guys are doing. 922, 11 views. So it's not really that hot property. Let me see. Sonia Simon, Ralph Solano. Okay, let's go see what these guys are doing. All right, so this is a normal 2-bedroom. We can live with that. 70, I guess it's probably 80 grand now, right? 85, 90 grand. Who knows? Maybe even more. Because they can get more now. I don't know why they would still sell it. Okay, there's another penthouse unit here. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Long term, short term, it's up to the owner unless you agree to Vistancia handling it. Okay. So I got in real early on a special. I paid half of the 37K with only half on delivery. I received white line not being offered anymore. That's what I figured, because the white line itself is going to cost around almost 8 to 10 grand. Okay, so there's no AC units as well. We will see. I spoke and went direct with director of the development. Check out FAQ. Okay, will do. There is one thing here. We have a B. So we'll go check out this B penthouse unit and see what the difference is. I do like the 2.5 baths. In fact, if this is the pricing, then I would have to recommend you might as well get this 2-bedroom penthouse unit, because there's something different here. I just can't figure it out. Oops, sorry. That's type C, and the other one was type B. We already saw this though, something similar. So let's see here. Okay, yeah, the kid playground, the fountain. I mean, this is the seating area. Okay, I like that. All right, that's cool. There's a clubhouse here. Joe Nay, do you have anything else? Because this is very interesting, but I need more. We need more than this. I'm not interested in this seating areas and all that. I'm interested in amenities that if you do short-term rentals, I want to know that somebody, you can tell people, hey, this is here, this is here, this is here. Because remember, there's going to be such a thing, since it's going to be out where Larimar Cruise on Land is. They're going to, first of all, it's always kind of like when you go somewhere and then as you're passing other stuff and you're going, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. And then you're like, well, we're right near Cruise on Land, for instance. We're right near Larimar, for instance. And then people are going to stay at your place. But the difference is going to be, I believe at this place, at these price points, you'll be able to get your 0.1%. If you can get a 2-bedroom penthouse for 125, 130,000, you should be able to rent it possibly out there. I don't know. It's on the borderline for me. I would feel much safer with the $50,000 1-bedroom, quite frankly, at this out there at this place, or 60,000, whatever the case may be. All right, let's go back. Unit types. I'm going to do one more before we get out of here with this. Since I'll have more info. We'll talk about it on Friday. They have different there's a 1-bedroom penthouse here for 70 grand. Let's go see what this is. Let's see what this is. Are these actually penthouse units, or is this just going to be on the top floor? Because this right here has a lot of space, right? Updated September 9th. Yeah, this is 69. Wow. This would be a deal. What's this over here? What is that? Don't tell me it's my neighbor. All right. Okay. The seating areas are, I mean, they're okay. This is outdoor. So it's going to be an outdoor, like, fitness area. All right. We need to see more than this because this just, if they got an outdoor state of the art fitness, that's not it. Yeah. These are all one levels. This is 60 square meters, which is 660 square feet for a one bedroom. That's a nice size. Too bad they didn't put a half bath somewhere. That's a lot of space. As long as you're over 550 square feet, you should put in a half bath. But nonetheless, we have range, we have refrigerator. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, these are, you get what you pay for, but at these price points, it's worth to check out and see because a one bedroom, even I think you'll be able to get $75 per night. Can we get though the 50% occupancy rate this far out? That's the question. The reason why I say this is because it all depends on how much is downtown, how much is Bavaro versus somebody coming way out here. And way out here means I need to see something else. All right, so we'll look into this a little more. I'll talk about it on Friday. I didn't want to spend that much time on it, but I didn't realize these prices, and I need to know what the prices are. Who is the developer? Fistancia. Okay, delivering late. So we're going to have to find out what their latest contract is. All right, so I like this so far. 100%, 30% gets you a 1.5% discount. Okay. Price and construction. So the one bedroom is now 50,000. The other one bedroom is 56,000. This is almost 1,000 per square meter. Two bedrooms, 72,000. One bedroom penthouse, 60, 70,000. This is great. Two bedroom penthouse, 115,000. These are hella good prices. Delivery, first stage. Okay, well, if they haven't started, this can't happen. And what's the first stage? When does construction start? I don't think so. December 2024. Will the apartments? Nope, no appliances. No AC. So now we're back to the Seven Palms scenario. So we're talking about an extra, like, well, if you get a two bedroom, 20 G's. So that's still a good deal though. 130. All right. How many parking spaces? One per unit. Amenities. Gym, restaurant, clubhouse, multi-use commercial area, excursion. Okay, forget the excursions. That's not an amenity. Barbecue area. Okay, so basically, clubhouse with a restaurant. People are going to have a gym and a multi-use court. Commercial area is going to be key. So yeah, that could be good. One for the moment. Access points. Nearest beach, Macau, 40 minutes. Punta Cana Airport, whoa, 35 minutes. Downtown, 25 minutes. Okay, this is in Verona. Just where I thought it was. How many levels will each building block have? 6. Whoa. They got to get approval for that, but Cruise on Land supposedly has 6 too. How many apartments will be in each building? 60? Whoa. Okay. How many buildings? 22 buildings. Oh, this is massive. 4 stages. First phase, 2025. Second phase, 2026. Third, 2020. No. This won't happen. You're not building 1,000 units. You're not building 22. No, this can't happen. 22 units, 22 buildings in 3 years. I don't see how this happens. Okay, they're going to be just like Larimar, but you're locking in a hell of a price. Will the apartments be under a pool? Oh, the rental pool. Here we go. Will the apartments be under a pool? Yes. Will an administrator be in charge of managing? Okay, you might want to double check, Jonay. Can I rent my apartment individually? Okay, they say yes, so we don't have to check. Project will be pet friendly. Yes, the project have administrator. What will be? Are they going to use the two? Oh, 100. Okay, I that's pretty low, but cool. Commercial for sale and for rent. The size of the premises are per the client's requirement. This isn't. Are the commercial plaza premises for sale or only for rent? They say for sale and for rent. That's worth entertaining. And how much does the generation of the contract cost? They're charging you for a contract? What does that mean? What? That doesn't even make any sense. All right. So now we need a contract. We need to know, number one, the only thing that matters. What about the price increase clauses? Jonay, what's the price increase clauses? That's what we need to know. All right. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I haven't been in contact or on the website for several months. It appears the prices have went up about 10 to 20 G's. That's correct, Jonay. They can't build for $1,000 per square meter. I mean, they can, but the price points that they're at, that is low level construction. Now, they're using the word luxury, but I don't see luxury anywhere. These units are not oversized. There's no extracurricular. They're not showing any type of renderings for the clubhouse. No renderings for these 11 pools. They're not showing anything. No, not showing the fitness center renderings, nothing. So I'm going to have to get in touch with them. All right. I'll send info to you. Thank you. I have no price increase. Whoa. That's, 37,000, man, for 56 square meter place. They're going to, man, that's awesome. I'm pretty sure everybody else doesn't have that because they can't build that unit that you're getting. They're going to have to spend over 40 grand. And that is to make it just a normal build. If we start talking about luxury, because again, I don't like somebody using the word luxury when they haven't shown me any luxury. This looks just like a regular old condo project. And it looks like there's going to be hundreds of units in a building, or 60, I guess. I don't remember, but there's a number of units in the building. So I'm a little concerned that this isn't nothing more than just blocks of buildings. 22 of them, by the way. This also means that I don't know the density area of this, and this is also going to mean they need an economic impact license, just like Larimar. So this tells, okay, Jonay, have they already broken ground? December 2025, not going to happen. They say they already started, though, December 2024. I could have sworn this thing it might have been a 12 month. Yeah, 7 to 10 months ago. That makes sense. That's when it came out. That's weird. Will the apartments be delivered? Will apartments have air conditioning? No, nothing. What type of finishes? Ceramic floor, obviously. Concrete blocks, obviously. Foldable paneled with jamba on one side. Steel locksmithing, interior panel. Okay, that's for everybody else. All right. You guys can go to vistanciacr.com and you can get to their website. I will be in touch with them because I want to see if you can actually pay with your Visa and MasterCard. That's interesting too. Joe Nate, he just put 50% down. And yeah, I see this logo. Might be they're going to take a fee, right? Gentlemen, do not forget to smash the like button. Okay, let's see. Unilateral contract rescission. Uh-oh. Hold on. In the event that the buyer decides to unilaterally rescind the contract for reasons not attributable to the seller, the following conditions: property ownership. The property subject to the sale will revert to the seller, who will have full discretion to dispose of it as deemed fit. Retention of payment is authorized to retain 15% of the sums advanced by the buyer, in addition to any commission fees and administrative expenses as compensation. The buyer will be liable for any legal costs and expenses incurred by Vistancia due to unilateral rescission. Retention: the seller will retain 15% of the sums advanced by the buyer plus any commission fees. Okay. All right. Well, at least they put it out there. I thought they were going to say we can cancel. We don't want to see that. So the language says this is that if the owner cancels. So that's pretty good. All right, Paul Castillo, welcome. Another investor in Punta Cana's here to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he has that icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate. So thank you so much for that. He brings his tagline, good evening, SSN family. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm tuning in late, but I'm here. Hey, man, you're here. So that means it's never late. We were just talking about this Vistancia, isn't that what it's called? I think. Yeah, Vistancia out there in, well, right in between Larimar and Cruz on Land. Another project that clearly, even though it's been out for almost 9, 10, 12 months, they're not really showing anything, which is weird. I mean, where's the clubhouse at? What about all these 11 pools? What about all this, the fitness center and the clubhouse and the spa, the restaurant, the commercial area? I want to see all of that. Where is it? I'll be in contact. We'll talk about this on Friday. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully, because this is great pricing. Quite frankly, I mean, it puts you in a situation where if I can get a 1-bedroom for 55,000, that puts you in a area where it's hard to lose, because you'll be able to charge people your 0.1%. You could say $55 per night. Now, whether somebody's going to come 35, studios and 1-bedrooms in Bob and Los Corrales, El Cortecito are also over 100. Say 32 minutes from the beach. So the beach is damn near out. 30-minute drive to the beach is kind of wild. commercial zone. I like the commercial as long as they have a mini mart, grocery store of some sort. This would be heaven for short-term rentals. This would be yeah, there was so much land out there. I'm surprised there's not other projects that I'm pretty sure somebody owns the land, but they're now finding out that they have to do that environmental impact report. And if it's like the uh, the guys at Larimar and Cruise on Land, they have to wait over a year and a half to get it done. So everything's going to be delayed. All right. I guess Valanche is following Larimar footsteps by not doing anything at all. Yeah. Yeah. Joe Nay says he's been out there, was there at ribbon cutting, but Joe Nay hasn't answered if he's been out there and they've actually started something. Because if they're just like Larimar, are you saying they haven't been able to do anything? Because they're going to need the same impact report, the same environmental license. They're going to need the same one. And they just came out, and it took Larimar over a year, maybe even 2 years. I don't know what the timeline was. So if that means if they're going to be in the same ballpark and they actually started in 2024, then they're not even going to be able to start building until either the end of 2025 or sometime in 2026. So now we're going to have to find out if they're going to adjust their contracts where people are going to have 3 year or 2 year, or how many months is their contract going to be. All right. Very interesting. And it's not coming on screen. I wanted to show you what we were showing. Here we go. Yes, there we go. Let me go back because they actually showed a fitness room. So I wanted to show people. You can see they showed this. And they showed the beach. They showed the tennis court. Here we go. I don't know if this is if this was playing by itself or what. Here we go. See, there we are. 132, 264, 924. That equals 1,300 apartments. That's crazy. But they actually have like 3 meters. They have a different amount for construction. So it's around 50 square meters, I believe. Okay.
Come on, come on.
Oh, that's just a website. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Had somebody I had somebody check this out and I gave an opinion, but now I like what I'm seeing much better. So let me put this in. All right. So I'm going to have to find out more. Let's see what we got. Okay. Cruise on land. Let's see. I saw something here. Cruise on land. At least Cruise on land is finally doing something. Well, there you go. That's the most important. Okay. We know they started something, but Cruise on land, I am a member. So unless somebody has more info, do they actually show anything other than when they started a few months back? Because I used to get stuff on Instagram where they were showing some things, and then all of a sudden, I'm not seeing anything. No building, no nothing. So what's happened? Let me see if I can find something. The last thing I see is a month ago when they were doing like the basically getting them ready for the foundation levels. So they don't show anything that's happened since then, at least not on their usual, they're good at promoting. So they have a oh, they have a oh, these guys have been busy. They've been busy for their timeshare. Or shall I say their vacation? I don't know what to call it. Out what's going on out here, but I like it. Yeah, they got models now. I like it. But we'll see how this all turns out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All that's going to be up there one day. Whether it's 4 or 5 years from now for the first phases or not, it's all going to be out there. But 2030, what is that? 5.5 years from now? 2030 is going to be awesome. All right. I might as well do this while I'm here. Never mind. I can't do it. All right. Well, we're going to end this tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't want to stay on too long, but make sure you smash the like button and make sure you share the videos, because this is very interesting with this Vistancia, that it is still cheap as it is. And the only thing is you should go there because you have to understand distances. So if you want something close to town, this is not close to town. All right. Unless you consider 25-minute drive close, or 30. So that's the first thing. Second thing, if you're going to live there, I would caution you about living there because the units are not that big. We're not talking about 1,500 square foot, even a 2-bedroom villa. 1-bedrooms are what, 50 square meters roughly. 2-bedrooms are around 70 to 75 square meters, and limited spacing as far as people living there. If you had four people living in a 2-bedroom, and you only have one bathroom in the master, and another bath shared. That's all you have. Whereas the penthouse unit, but you're going to have to spend about $115,000. At least you have a half bath on the deck, and you have another bath that's going to be shared by the person in the second bedroom. So it's kind of like a toss up. But again, you have to study the Airbnb. You have to look around and see how far from what people are going to deem places they want to go. So if I'm hanging out here, Cruise on Land, they have theirs covered. They have an amusement activities and sports complexes and all that. So people don't have to leave. Casino, shopping, restaurants, all that. Larimar, same thing, planned anyhow. Downtown shopping, everything. People don't have to leave. Plus, they're on man-made beaches. Same with Cruise. These guys in the middle, they're limited. They don't have the extra man-made beach stuff. They don't actually have multiple restaurants. They're not going to have the groceries or the mini marts. Well, maybe they will. They're not going to have golf, sports complexes. It's a whole different type of thing. It's almost like neighborhood-esque type of place. And if you plan on doing short-term rentals there, that's something that you're going to have to keep in your head. These things are so inexpensive that you may have more people, younger families who only have one child, maybe two, and they might live there. That also means that since they live there and other people live there, I always have this other side of it where they'll know each other versus new people who show up there like, who are you? What are you doing? Kind of thing. So we'll see what happens. He says 2030, what? 6 years. In my case, COVID delayed our project 2 years. Without COVID, 6 years sounds crazy. Hey, Victor Marrero. Uh 6 years, man. I mean, 6 years. You waited with or without COVID. And remember, they may not even be ready in 2025. I'm not saying they're not. All I'm saying is I think well, the last parts I saw, I think it's the end of 2025, but it could roll to 2026. All I'm saying is 6 years, 5 years, 6 years, for as far as I'm concerned, 5 years is too long. 4 years is too long. If we're talking about first phases, I just think that's too long. And that's what's going to happen, unfortunately. Cruise on Land, Larimar, they're not going to hit their mark of September or December 2025. That ship has sailed. I don't see how they're going to hit that mark. I will say something about Cruise on Land, which Paul Castillo knows. Cruise on Land could hit their mark. Why? Because they did something everybody else didn't. They were going to have 4 buildings was first phase, and now it's 2. So they actually reduced the amount that's going to be in first phase. Now, the question is, can they build 5 or 6 floors in 1 year and 6 months? That's the ultimate question. I've seen their work from when they built their original building, and if that's any indication, they can't do it. In fact, nobody's shown they could do this, because if that was the case, more people would have 6 buildings built in a year and a half, because they basically have a U shape. And even though they're connected, if you just looked at them as separately, each part of the U is separate. That's 6 buildings. That's 6 stories high. So who builds 6 buildings 6-story high in less than a year and a half? Hardly zero people. Nobody in DR has ever, 99.9% have never done that in a year and a half. Nobody, actually, that I know of. I've been tracking. So there's nobody. So once you realize that, then I have to say Cruise on Land, they're probably 2026. Could be 2027. Larimar, they're even worse. So 2027-ish, December 2027, or sometime in 2028. That's a long time. Some people would say after about another 5 months, it's only 3 years. Goes by pretty fast. But if you've been waiting already 2 years, that's not going by pretty fast. Right? So it's kind of crazy. I just don't agree with this stuff where they're not going to, call everybody up, give people options and say, hey, man, we're not, this isn't going to be done for another 24, 30 months. We're just going to extend your contracts. I mean, and if they have to, just charge people $20. You got to do 1,000 people. I'm just like, and everybody generally has the same contract, but I understand some people have, contracts that were altered. But it doesn't even have to be a contractual thing. All you have to really do, hint, hint, if anybody's watching as developers, you don't even have to make a new contract. You can you can actually write something that supplements it. You could actually make it where I agree to this additional agreement with inside this contract. Everything in the previous contract is the same, except both parties agree to change the payment plan. Both sign. Everything moves back. Just put the language in there. It's a supplemental to it, so everybody can sign. So you don't even have to even do that. You can send out a freaking email. I mean, seriously. So, no, Paul Castillo, haven't heard from him. Never got my money back. So, just like everything else in the DR, I'm not a fan. No, at one point, 3 months ago, 2.5 to 3 months ago, I have an email that they told me to CC Claire HP Legal, Larimar Sales, Larimar, a whole bunch of people on the team at Larimar. 6 people. There's 6 people on the email chain that get CC'd. One guy who's not even part of legal, wasn't even part of the 6. Those guys send me back he sends me back something. Oh, I sent you back something. And I said, no, I didn't get anything. So then he sends me something that I find it was in my junk mail. But all it said was, we'll get back in touch with you after we look into it. I was like, well, why? You just now told me you got my email. And this is after 2 or 3 weeks goes by. So then I send him another message saying, okay, fine. So when are you going to send me my money back or whatever? What's happening? And then I've never heard back from anybody. And I sent them 3 messages total. Because I sent another message afterward going, hey, I haven't heard back from you guys. What's going on? 6 people at Larimar. And nobody's ever contacted me. So I was like, okay, par for the course. So no money came back. Yalla, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it. In Santiago, I got mine delivered in 1.5 years. Yalla, Santiago, let's hear about it. Give us the project name. 1.5 years. What the hell? Come on, man. This is different. But okay, we got to find out about this because we want quality. We want to know, when did you have this delivered in 1.5 years? How many floors is it? How many units is it? The stuff that we're talking about is complexes. We're not talking about one building 3 floors high. We're talking about, like in the case of Cruise on Land, their first phase is 2 U-shaped buildings plus other stuff. And I don't think they're going to be building it in a year and a half. And Larimar, even when they get approval for their permits, their buildings are 17 floors high. I don't think they're building even one of those things in a year and a half because there's only 12 months. They would have to be building a floor a month. That'd be a year and a half. So, so far, there's no developers in Punta Cana that's building for a project that has, let's call it 6 buildings or 4 buildings. That's 5 stories high in a year and a half. Not happening. But if they are in Santiago, I want to know what they are because that'd be awesome. And the prices in Santiago may even be, well, the prices we were talking about tonight. Let's see. Let's see. I get excited when I see that type of thing because we can't find that in Punta Cana. They're not building anything in a year and a half. Maybe because, well, first of all, Yala, you're saying this, but actually, you can't even get permits until 6 months, 7, 8, 9 months. So how could it be a year and a half? Now that I'm thinking about it. And in some cases, the permits are taking even longer than 6 months. Like right now, we have another member of SSN Nation that's building something in Sosua area. He's up on month 8 or 9 waiting for permits after all the rest of the stuff is done. First of all, it takes all the rest of the stuff damn near a year, year and a half to get done. Then he's waiting 8 months. It might have even ticked over to the 9 months because, yeah, it was in 2 months ago. So, yeah, it's 9 months. He's still waiting on a permit. And he has all the rest of the paperwork done. And we're only talking about one building, not even anything special. But that's in, like I said, Sosua area. So it might all depend. Maybe Santiago is different. Maybe they're proactive. They're like, hey, we need to get these permits done. But I greatly appreciate the $2 donation, man. That's greatly appreciated. Let's see. Hold on. He says Gaia 1 and 2 Garden Life Residential Real Estate. So, okay. Never heard of them. But then again, haven't been out there. Gaia. Wait, how do you spell this? Let me get this pulled up. Okay. Gaia. To Santiago, Dominican Republic, pre-construction. So how much did they finish? Since there's 2 of them. All right. 15 minutes away from Cibo. Oh, that's Airbnb. Okay. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 levels high. Cool. Here we go. Oh, they're not finished yet. Hold on. I got something. We have part 2. So, yes, it looks like they're renting them out. And this says 15 minutes from the airport. But then again, I'm not familiar with Santiago that much. So I don't know what the rental rates would be, but I'm looking. Okay. Looks like a residential neighborhood. So, Yala, I think that's how you pronounce it, right? Yaya, I want to say Jawa. It's almost like Jawa. But nonetheless, why did you buy at this location? Are you renting it out? Airbnb? What are you doing? Because this looks like it's in a residential neighborhood. Let's see here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 levels high, and some people on the 4th floor have a penthouse. This almost looks like something that's built in by Christopher. Amenities. It looks like a pool. A year ago. All right, cool. Cool. I'm just looking through here. There's actually, I'm just going to go look at something. 7 minutes away from the supermarket. This is according to Airbnb. So what I'm going to do is I will do this. Why not bring it up on screen? Why not? Oops. Because this is always great conversation. I like it. Oh man, Yahweh gave another donation. I humbly appreciate. Thank you so much for being here and giving the donations tonight. I greatly appreciate it. Oh man. So what was the prices for these units? These look like Christopher type of units. These look like 60,000, 50,000 for a 1 bedroom, 70 to 90 for a 2 bedroom. Penthouse unit about 100. That's what it looks like. I don't know Santiago pricing though. But we do see this right here. We do see somebody put one on Airbnb. We do see they have 37 reviews. And I just pulled it up. So let me see if I can get this for you guys. Is it not coming up? What's happening? What's happening here? Let me put in some dates. Let's go look. All right. Looks like they have. Okay. I'm just going to stay. We'll do it this way. We'll stay for 2-night minimum. Very good. Highly recommended. I don't like one nights. $37 a night. Wow. That is cheap. And that is a 2-bedroom. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, that's pretty cheap. I have to admit, this is really, really cheap. The silver walls. Okay. Yeah, just a simple, no amenities. They got a place where people are going to stay. I get it. Now we got to find out the occupancy rate. I won't critique. What I normally do is critique people's locations. I'm not a fan of this furnishings, but hey, $37 per night. I mean, you can't ask for much. Bottom floor. Okay. Pool. Okay. Yeah, that's all it's going to have. There's not going to be too much here. It's got to be it looks relatively inexpensive. I'm not thinking these are that expensive. Okay. Standards. Standards. Ah, I like it. Looks like an inverter. Well, yeah, speaking of inverters, yeah, electricity goes out. Washer dryer, nice. Master bedroom, nice. Or simple. I mean, this is simple. Okay. Nice little 2-bedroom. So there we have a little love for Airbnb at $37 per night. Wow. Oh, if you do a week, it's 33 per night. Okay, so supermarket is not walking distance, but people are giving it a 5-star. All very quiet, 24/7. Okay. The guy, the guy is a con artist. He only responded to me when I reported him to Airbnb when my girlfriend and her daughter he just went through surgery and the nurse checked in late at night. The place was dirty, complete mess. There were cockroaches. There was leak in the bathroom ceiling, no bed sheets. Oh, that's not good. Dennis, as you are aware, I personally decided not to leave a poor review, but you as a guest, being it was mutual understanding, I allowed Airbnb refund you. So long as your girlfriend left immediately, even after destroying my property in less than 24 hours until I checked my cameras and saw what in fact truly happened here. Upon your original message, your girlfriend and her daughter were supposed to stay there, which might I add is against Airbnb policy. And I let it go. You were the person booking, therefore you should have been physically staying there, not booking for other people to stay without you present. Communications via your girlfriend wasn't pleasant, nor with you. She clearly had no concept of how Airbnb she demanded I provide her with another place to stay. No longer. Oh, that turned out to be no good. So the only one, well, one bad happening. Julio, very nice person, very secure, well secured. My reservation was for 5 days. Checked in Thursday late night. Checked out. You make your own conclusions. Okay. But the moment I walked in, sent him a list of issues I found. Best of, okay. Could stay, excellent accommodations, one of the best apart. Okay, we have a mixed bag. Pleasure, for the most part, people are saying it was good. But again, I don't like these type of reviews because I notice nobody is actually talking about when I leave reviews. I leave reviews based on um, I'll join the WhatsApp and we'll talk. Okay. I leave reviews based on, I do say what the unit was like. Then, so people are watching the reviews, I tell people the mini mart or grocery store was how far it was away. The amenities here is only a pool. I'll say stuff so people can see because that helps people make an informed decision. If I say, hey, the beach is a 5-minute walk, that helps people versus not saying anything at all. The airport was a short ride. It was only like 5 to 10 minutes away, is where we're staying. That helps people out. So then this way, when people are coming, they say, oh man, that's where I actually want to stay, close to the airport. And then when you tell them how far the groceries are, that's a major thing to me. Mini mart groceries, how far is that? Beach, when we're on an island, how far is the beach or lake or waterfalls or whatever? That's the type of things. I also leave, like I say, the review on the unit itself. Oh, Yahweh, man. Thank you so much again for the donation, man. Thank you. I humbly appreciate it. I'll join the WhatsApp and we'll talk. Okay. I am the admin, the only admin. So here, I'll do put the WhatsApp here. And let's see. All right. So this is the one person that I have this. It just came, it popped up when I Google search. So who knows, this is what came up, which is actually pretty good. You come up for the rental, especially if you're first time. Here goes a 3-bedroom at Gaia 2, and they are on, here goes something, Casas24.com. I've never heard of this one. Casas24.com. Here goes a 3-bedroom. And let's go see what the 3-bedroom looks like. This is VRBO. Do I have it up? Yes, we do. Okay, pictures. It looks similar furnished. This looks like Primavera type stuff, but similar furnishings. Common areas 1, which means the pool. Can't be mad. Living room. Okay, hey, God, get a bigger TV. Nonetheless, yeah, it looks like the same. Yes, 3, not very, very expensive. So it's probably a great deal. Um, yep. Okay. All right. Nice. I mean, little pool area, of course. We've already seen what that looks like. Small little playground area. Uh, okay. So a normal, just a condo, residential condo unit. Let's see what happens when we go. Hold on. I'm going to do it differently this time. I'm going to go. Wait, is this available? I think it is. January 16th through the 23rd. We're on VRBO. $75 per night. There you go. $632 total. So how much is ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for being here. And I love you guys very much. If you ever need anything, you can always hit me up at support@stopstrugglingnow.com, or you can hit us up in the chat. That's the SSN Nation and Lifestyle WhatsApp group. And again, we've been getting spam lately, and I haven't been able to figure out how to stop these people because I can block them, I can delete them. But for some reason, people are still able to get in, even though you have to be a member to be there. But nonetheless, uh, Yala, Jawa, shouldn't it be like Jaha, something like that? Give me the English version because I can't get that name right. But let me know. I look forward to hearing from you about this Gaia 1 and 2 and Garden Life Residential. That's what it is. It's a residential place, and people are using it as Airbnb. And this is something that when we talk about real estate investing here, I, unless there's some reason for people to stay there, you always want reasons. A pool and just a place means I'll be able to get 35 a night, 45 a night, a 3-bedroom, 75 per night. Yes. But from an investment standpoint, I'm pretty sure these things cost 75 grand, 100 grand, 50 grand, 40 grand. I mean, they're not that expensive from what it looks like. So we want to be able to do upsell. So what I mean by that is upsell, not so much upscale, upsell. What I mean by that is even though you have to pay maybe double the price, but double the price would mean you have more. So you're going to have the fitness center, the clubhouse, the restaurant, the or cafe, and a bar, and some other things, right? So then it's worth it for when guests fly from outside of the country, they land and they say, yes, I think I want to stay there. So location matters, and then the amenities on site matter. But just like what's going to happen at Vistancia, the prices are so low that even if you are 35 minutes away from the beach, as long as they have a commercial zone that has the a place that you can go shopping for food or get little flip flops or knickknacks or whatever, food is mandatory. So as long as that commercial zone has a mini mart out there or grocery store, you're good. The fact they have a clubhouse apparently with a restaurant, you're good. So now if you can buy something for 50 grand, sure, you're going to be able to rent it for $55, $60 per night, even though you are 35 minutes from the airport, because you actually have amenities there. So a spa also is there at Vistancia. You also have the fitness room. They say state of the art. I don't know what that means, but let's say it is. And so all of a sudden, you have quite a few things that you can throw. We have a spa here. We have grocery store, mini mart here. We have other little retail shops here. We have restaurant here. Maybe even out in that commercial zone, there's another restaurant and bar. So all of a sudden, you have your own little community. And when somebody says, yeah, you're 35 minutes away from the beach, airport, but it's only $60 per night. It's only $100 per night. Because things closer to town, downtown, is going to cost more. Already it cost a hotel room downtown cost $175 to $200 per night. Condos downtown are a lot cheaper because they don't have amenities. Somebody stays at all those condo projects, Central Park, pool, and a fitness room. Casa, pool, and a fitness room. The beach, I don't know where they're at yet, but they don't even have nothing. They have this big man-made beach, but okay, and then nothing else. So Aurora Luxury, not built yet, but that's supposed to have a little restaurant bar. But again, these locations are going to cost more than $100 a night for a 2-bedroom. They're probably, well, if they want to, if they invested, they're going to have to. Because it's not going to do you any good to pay $160,000, $180,000 to buy, and then you're going to charge people $110 to stay in your 2-bedroom at Aurora Luxury. Why even bother? Because if you're going to be at a 50% occupancy rate, 180 rooms per night, you got $18,000 coming, 25% of it's gone. So you're under 10% automatically. So again, this is the problem when you have to spend a lot more money versus a lower amount. So we'll see how this all shakes out. Thank you so much, Yahweh. Glad to see you. Everybody else, glad to see you. Thank you for your input. Let me know what you think about Vistancia. We'll talk about it on an open format on Friday night at 9-10 p.m. We'll have more information about Vistancia because I'm liking what I see, but I need more details because they're not showing a layout of where the amenities are going to be. They're not showing the master plan. So I got to get all that. Then I can make a determination. But so far, the price points make it a winner. If you can get a 2-bedroom penthouse unit, so to speak, and it only costs you, well, it's going to cost you about $135 after you add the furniture and the appliances. Can you rent it for $135 out there? And then I'm going to give you another thing to think about. If Larimar and Cruise on Land, and you're in between both of those, and they're like a kilometer or two away from you in either direction, now all of a sudden you get to parlay off of those locations because now you can say, I'm by Cruise on Land. They have a water park, except you don't have to pay the Cruise on Land price. I'm by Larimar. They have those beach clubs, the man-made beach clubs. They have a mall. They have grocery stores and shopping and things like that. So now that enhances your value by default. And you could say, oh, they're only a kilometer away, 2 kilometers away. That enhances your brand. That's why you need a place that actually has a reason for people to stay. So then you go, oh, we're 35 minutes. Where's the grocery store? Well, if it's more than a kilometer away, people start freaking out, especially already being in the middle of nowhere. So if I can say a kilometer over, there's a grocery store and more, golf, sports complexes, amusement park. Now you're talking about how all the hotels that are in Orlando, how they were eating back in the 1980s, 1990s, the 2000s. All the theme parks that are around there, all you had to do was have a house and you could rent. That's how simple it was, because you had so many people coming and you had amusement. And as long as you had a place for people to stay, they were gone most of the day. They didn't really care. Now they have so many more places, lodging and hotels and everything else there now, that now location matters even more now, because they have more than enough places. So this is what, in theory, Punta Cana, Santiago, Herbacoa, Sosua, Cabarete, Punta Berganden, and all that area could all be the same. So that's why it matters how much you buy it for and the location. Ultimately, for long term, for 10 years from now, 15 years from now, when you say I bought this for 75,000 or 120 grand or 135,000, and you're able to rent for 300 a night, 250 a night. Now all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I'm making $40,000 a year, $35,000 a year. That's a huge difference 10 years to 15 years later. All right, that's enough. We'll talk about it on Friday night. Thank you again, everybody. Make sure you stay safe out here, because it's very bad. People under stress. There's an election coming. People are under stress about that too. There's people getting laid off every week. People are going to be concerned about their children going to school. There's pressure all over the place. So just make sure you stay even-keeled if you can, and watch out your surroundings. Make sure you pay attention. And with all that said, hopefully I'll see you on Friday night at 9:10 p.m. We're going to be talking about this Vistancia a lot more, and see if I'm going to be a broker for them after I find out more about them. I need a master plan. So we'll see what happens. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.